He also talked about how they should continue working, not take off for any sort of summer recess or vacation because
which they're supposed to next week.
Right. And I mean, he makes a good argument. They should keep working because if that August 2nd deadline is hard and fast, as he said it was yesterday, obviously Boehner and Senator Kyle had said that, no, actually it's sort of flexible. But he said yesterday, no, it's not. It is a hard and fast rule. So obviously they should keep working until they hammer out something that is so important. But he said, look, I've been here where some of his critics and Republicans
follow the leader
say, well, they say that you actually haven't been engaged. You just engaged. You just this past week decided to get involved in the process. You had handed it off to Congress. And here's
the Gang of Six prior to that.
And the Gang of Six, who, by the way, have been working for months.
Well, it turned out to be five guys because one dropped out.
Right, one dropped out. But the point is that when you look at what the president has been doing, he's been doing a lot of campaigning. He hasn't actually been in Washington.
Exactly right.
The whole time.
So for him to try to hold Congress accountable, and we should point out that it is Republicans in the Senate who've said, in fact, Jeff Sessions said, hey, look, we got to stay in session next week. And it's not just because his name's that, but apparently they're going to do that at his request.
All right, here's what the president...
Look at all, exactly right. Look at all this stuff the president's been doing when he hasn't been working on this.
13 straight weeks he has golfed, twice over last weekend, 17 times this year, over 70 times since he took the job. Also, when you talk about campaign stops, he's going to another one today.
That's right.
33 overall, 3 on last week in one day in New York City. People are still looking to get out of gridlock here so they could do campaign stops. And he also had an appearance, which I think is ceremonial and everyone understands has a role, with the WNBA champions. The Seattle squad came to visit him yesterday. I thought it was very interesting that that's the place where he decided to put his stake in the ground and say, essentially, work harder. He's been engaged when you could honestly say that one of the things he has done and been heavily criticized for is not being engaged. In fact, I have no idea what he wants to do going forward with the budget and the debt ceiling. I have no idea what programs he's going to. I know that, but he also says, in one of his statements said, you know, we have looked at HEART program and made some tough decisions on some programs that we really are fond of. Right. Really? What are they? Maybe he has. I have no idea what they are.
Yeah, because we haven't seen a plan from him since that budget that was rejected by the Senate 0 to 97.